Hi, Phil Aston here from Now Spinning Magazine. This is another tribute video, and this time it's for Clem Burke, the drummer from Blondie, who recently passed away, aged 70. This video is dedicated to all Blondie fans and also to Clem Burke's family and friends from around the world. I first encountered Blondie, or first bought the first album, which was Parallel Lines, in 1978, and I feel that Clem Burke is a very underrated drummer. I think probably because I came from the world of rock music back then, and the way a lot of people perceive new wave bands, etc. And people have said this on the Now Spinning Magazine Facebook page today: vastly underrated drummer, and I totally agree with that. I reviewed the Against the Odds box set on this channel, which is highly recommended and one of the best box sets I have in my collection, without a doubt. But I feel that probably the album to go to, and I'm saying this for those of you who know Clem Burke and have followed him all through his career, you know this stuff. But when I ever do these tribute videos, I always try and imagine I'm talking to people who don't know where to start, feel kind of on the outside looking in, but want to know more. What I can say is that Clem Burke loved being in Blondie. Even when he wasn't in Blondie, I think he was playing drums in Blondie cover bands. He did also have a pseudonym in the Ramones for a bit, but primarily Blondie was everything to him. He did play in Checkered Past with Nigel Harrison and Michael DeBar in 1984. Nigel Harrison was also in Silverhead with Michael DeBar, so there's been connections between various musicians, and also he played with Pete Townsend on the White City album in 1985. But primarily, it's about Blondie. And one of the things that I always felt about his drumming, and I don't know whether I'm one of the few people that kind of has heard this, is Keith Moon. If you listen to a great track, in fact, what should you listen to if you want to get a feel for Clem Burke's drumming style, what he was like, and to really realise just what a powerhouse drummer he was and how important he was to the overall sound and success of the band Blondie, then listen to Dreaming from 1979, which is the opening track from Eat to the Beat, which is the album I'm going to recommend of all of them. Yes, Parallel Lines is fab, but I think this one, to me, is right there at the cusp of where everything came together. But if you listen to the drumming on Dreaming, and then imagine you're listening to Keith Moon, listen to the way that Clem does those fills wherever he can, but the powerhouse style of his playing, and you'll get a glimpse of that. Those of you who are very aware or know a lot about the way that Keith Moon played, almost like he was a lead drums, there is an element of that, I feel, to Clem's playing and Union City Blue. In fact, all of the tracks from Eat to the Beat are absolutely incredible. The other thing that I wasn't that aware of is that he did 100 concerts in 2008, 90-minute sets, where he did a study to see what the physical and mental benefits and the stamina needed to play the drums. I think he also got an honorary doctorate on this study, where he basically looked at the benefits and the kind of positive sides of playing the drums. He just lived for playing the drums. So today, if you know Blondie, or if you'll be playing these albums anyway, and there's lots of stuff to choose from. If you're not that familiar with Clem's playing, then listen to the tracks I've mentioned, Dreaming from Eat to the Beat, or something from Parallel Lines, or any of the albums. But this one, I think today, Dreaming, I feel, is where all the lights are going on here at Now Spinning Magazine Towers anyway. But a great loss, a fantastic, underrated musician, and dedicated to his craft, without doubt. So thank you for watching. Thank you for being here. Remember, stay safe, keep spinning those discs, and remember, music is the healer, and the Doctor, and I'll catch you all on my next video.